play Snow White, and I'm the director, and my friend Caroline is going to come through, and I'm the artist. Well, this is Snow White and Seven Dwarfs, and Marc is the Prince and the Huntsman. Come on, Marc. Well, Alicia first did me, but I didn't really do it. But the play is all, and I'm Snow White, and next, there's going to be another play after Snow White, and we would like to say thank you for coming, all of you people. Now you bow. Oh. Bye, Alicia. Everyone, keep going. What? I need someone to fix my bow. So Alicia, do I come back here? And then I bring Alicia, do I come back here?
This is the story of Snow White. You can read along with me. You will know it's time to bring
back.
When you hear the chimes, ring like this. Let's begin now.
I need scrub up.
Once upon a time, long, long ago, a lovely queen sat by her window sewing. As she worked, she thought, if only I had a little daughter, how happy I would be. Dreaming, she pricked her finger with her needle. 3 drops of blood fell on the snow white linen. How lovely my little girl would be if she had lips as red as blood, skin as white as snow, and hair as black as ebony, thought the queen. Some time later, a little daughter was born to the queen, and she was just as beautiful as the queen had hoped she might be. The happy mother decided to call her baby Snow White. But the queen was very ill, and when Snow White was still a little girl, her mother died. Snow White's father, the king, was broken-hearted. For many years he was sad and lonely. But at last, the lonely king married again, and there was great rejoicing in the land. His new queen was very beautiful to look upon, but alas, her heart was cold and cruel. The queen was vain, too. She would spend hours dressing herself in fine clothes and brushing her black hair. Then she would stand by the mirror and admire herself. She was so vain that she wanted to be the most beautiful woman in the kingdom. Now the queen's most prized possession was a magic mirror. Every day she asked, "Mirror, mirror on the wall, who is the fairest of us all?" If the mirror replied that she was the fairest in the land, the queen was happy, and all was well. Sometimes another mirror. Then the queen would fly in such a terrible rage that the people around her trembled with fear, and the wicked queen would order the poor lady to be killed. Meanwhile, Snow White was growing up more and more beautiful. And as well as being pretty, she was so sweet-natured that everyone loved her. Everyone but the queen. The queen looked at Snow White jealously. At last she could stand the sight of the lovely princess no longer. She banished Snow White to the servants' quarters. Snow White's fine clothes were taken away from her, and she had to dress in rags like the other servants. And like the other servants, Snow White had to work very hard. She slaved from early morning until late at night, scrubbing and cleaning the palace floors, washing the dishes, sewing, and mending the queen's clothes. As she worked, she would sing so sweetly that the birds would come to listen to her voice. She will soon lose her beauty. All her lovely in her own rags, and with her hands rubbed by wood.
Marc, you're out now. Go.
Day after day, asked the same question. Mirror, mirror on the wall, who is the fairest of us all? The wicked.
No.
Afraid that one day Snow White would grow up to be more beautiful than anyone else in the land. she would.
here's
Snow
what I'll
White
get.
dreamed beautiful daydreams about a handsome prince. Someday she knew
Here's the way
he
it's
would
going
come
down.
and carry her
Mark,
off to his
go to
castle in the clouds.
sister. No, the prince
It
comes.
seemed to the jealous queen, as she watched Snow
Or
White,
mine.
that the princess grew in loveliness as each day passed.
Go down.
And indeed, though Snow White wore ragged clothes, her beauty was plain to see.
What?
At last came the day the queen had been dreading.
Where's the
Mirror
on the wall? Who is the fairest of them all?
He said, and the mirror replied, her skin like snow, her name Snow White. Angry queen called her huntsman to her. Take the princess into the forest and take out her heart in this jewel box. He said,
Here's the box.
bowed his head and grieved.
Where's
No choice.
my flowers? Where's the flowers?
Into the
Where's
forest,
the flowers?
Snow White,
No, you take her. Take her by the hand.
the princess, not knowing what was in store for her, skipped along beside the huntsman,
I don't
now
know.
stopping to pick flowers, now singing a happy tune. At last, the huntsman, heartbroken, fell to his knees beside the princess. I cannot kill you, princess,
I can know things.
even though it is the queen's command. Run into the forest and hide and never return to the
You
castle.
better be like this. You better make it.
Alone in the forest, Snow White went to the house. But she was not really alone. She found
Thank you for the
all the
flowers.
little woodland animals
Hold
with
this
her
and come
friends.
back.
And,
It's
chirping and chattering happily, they led her to a new home.
Where's the castle?
It was a sweet tiny little house in the woods the animals showed Snow White. But no one was home. And when she looked in the window, my, what an untidy sight met her eyes. The sink was piled with unwashed dishes, and everything was thickly blanketed with dust.
I might put this in the
Children
kitchen.
need someone to keep house for them. Snow White, let's clean their house. So in they went, and with the help of her new forest friends, Snow White soon had that little house spick and span.
No.
Then she went upstairs and fell asleep across the 7 little beds. As she slept, home from work came the 7 little men who lived in that house in the woods. Hi-ho, it's time for work we go, sang the 7 little men. The 7 brought.
Thank you.
Then they saw their little house, just as Snow White had seen it. But they knew at once that something was changed. It was clean. Up the stairs went the 7 dwarfs. There they found Snow White just waking up. Oh, cried Snow White, I know who you are. She had read their names on their beds. You're dopey and sneezy and happy and grumpy and bashful.
Go back in the curtains, alright?
Snow White told the dwarfs of the wicked queen's plot, and they insisted that she must stay with them. Supper is not quite ready yet, said Snow White, who was very pleased to be asked to stay. You just have time to wash.
He's very happy.
Cried all the little men. They had almost forgotten what the word meant, but they were soon scrubbed clean, and even Grumpy got a soaking. The 7 dwarfs soon grew to
Where's
love
Grumpy?
Snow White and merry with her.
Oh.
The next morning, instead of going to work in their mine, the 7 dwarfs decided to make a beautiful new bed for Snow White.
Take them out.
The 7 little men would not have worked so happily if they could have seen beyond the forest. The wicked queen had learned that Snow White was still alive. And now, disguised as an old woman, she was making her way to their very own house.
Because you're not that way, huh? You're still in. Because you're not going to be
When boys had
fearful.
met Snow White that morning, they had warned her to stay in the house. Be careful, strangers, Grumpy had said, as Snow White kissed him goodbye. And Snow White had promised that she would be careful. Later that day, the old woman knocked at her door.
come on.
Alas, Snow White could not resist the magic apple. She took
Where's the apple? You get the apple
and
quick.
sank lifeless to the floor. Hurrying away, the wicked queen fell into a deep chasm and was never seen again. But that did not bring Snow White back to life. The sorrowing dwarfs
I need that. Thank you. This looks like a pretty apple.
One day, a handsome prince came to the forest and saw Snow White. Charmed with her beauty, he kissed her.
Get in here.
While Snow White
Don't
awoke,
put her inside that.
the dwarfs danced with joy, and the prince carried her off to his castle in the clouds.
Take her. Kiss her. Kiss her knee. No. No, you can't. Kiss her. No, kiss her hand. That's what you're supposed to do. Get up. Break it out. Now you. Now you. Now. What? Get out. Get out. Come on, get out. What do? Now. Why? We're done.